Bad news for the Las Vegas Raiders. Linebacker Christian Ellis is no longer joining the team. Just last Friday, the Raiders signed him, but now the New England Patriots have swooped in and taken him back. They decided to match the offer the Raiders gave him, leaving Las Vegas without their promising new linebacker. This is a tough loss because Ellis, at just 26 years old, had a bright future ahead. His tape shows incredible potential, and he could have been a key player for the Raiders' defense. The Patriots clearly saw the same thing. Even after signing two other linebackers for $15 million a year, they were still willing to spend another $4 to $5 million to bring Ellis back. That says a lot about his talent. So now, the Raiders have to look elsewhere for a top linebacker, someone who can lead the defense and fill that crucial role. But many fans are questioning the deal. If the Raiders really wanted Ellis, why didn't they offer him more? Reports say they gave him a 2-year contract at $4.5 million per year, but if they truly believed in him, why not bump it up to $7 to $9 million to secure him? The thing is, at $4.5 million, he was a low-risk, high-reward player. But if they had paid him top-tier money, the expectations would have been much higher. Before we dive into the next big update, make sure to subscribe, like this video, and hit the bell icon so you never miss out on the latest Raiders news. Now, back to the Raiders' next move. Losing Ellis stings, but there are still plenty of options. The linebacker position depends a lot on the system. Coaches like Robert Saleh, Mike Vrabel, and Patrick Graham have proven they can turn underrated linebackers into stars. Just look at Robert Spillane. He went from a backup to a top 12 linebacker under Patrick Graham's system. So, who's next for the Raiders? The draft is loaded with talent. Players like Amari Burney and Amari Gaynor have shown promise. The front office still has time to make the right move and bring in a player who can make an impact right away. Stay tuned, because this is far from over. The Raiders' linebacker situation remains a hot topic. While missing out on Christian Ellis stings, there are still options on the table. Amari Gaynor seems to have more upside than Amari Burney based on last season's performance. But what about Luke Masterson? The Raiders still have the chance to bring him back, though he's currently a restricted free agent. Then there's Tommy Eichenberg, a player with serious potential. Patrick Graham personally drafted him, which means he saw something special in him. That's key because linebackers are a tricky position to develop. Many players picked in the 4th, 5th, or even 7th rounds might never reach their full potential. But every once in a while, a late-round pick or undrafted free agent, UDFA, turns into a star. Could that be Amari Gaynor, Amari Burney, Luke Masterson, maybe even another under-the-radar player? The Raiders don't necessarily have to find a big-name free agent. This is the time of the offseason when hidden gems can be found. Players who have been in the league for 3 or 4 years and are finally ready to break out. We've seen it before. Look at Robert Spillane. He was once just another name on the roster, but now he's a top linebacker for the Raiders. The team just needs one of these guys to step up and take that next big leap. This offseason isn't over yet, and big moves are still coming. The Raiders have options, and it will be interesting to see who they target next. Stay tuned, because this could get exciting real fast. The Raiders' offseason continues to raise big questions, but the focus needs to stay on one thing. Who will lead this team forward? While the linebacker situation remains uncertain, there's also a lot of discussion about the team's future plans at key positions. When a team brings in a star player, things usually move quickly. Just look at how it works in the NFL. Big signings come with big announcements. The team holds a press conference, the player meets with reporters, and everything is made official. But for the Raiders, the process hasn't been that straightforward this time around. Every move the front office makes now is critical. This is a franchise that needs to build for long-term success, not just short-term fixes. The market is shifting, and decisions about contracts, extensions, and roster changes have to be made carefully. One thing is certain. The Raiders aren't done yet. The team has a vision, and every delay or unexpected turn is part of a bigger strategy. Whether it's finding the right linebacker, solidifying the offense, or making a game-changing move, the front office is playing this smart. Expect more big news soon. The Raiders are still shaping their roster, and the next decision could be the one that changes everything. The Raiders' strategy: playing the long game. The Las Vegas Raiders could be making a calculated move this offseason. While many expect quick decisions, the front office might be thinking ahead, setting up the perfect scenario before locking in key contracts. It's all about leverage. Every move they make could influence how other teams react. The draft is coming up, and the Raiders know that quarterback-hungry teams will be making desperate decisions. If they play their cards right, they could force other teams into rushed draft picks, which means better talent falling straight into their hands. But here's where things get even more interesting. The Raiders aren't just looking at the present, they're planning for the future. Reports are swirling about potential draft visits, hinting that the team could still be evaluating quarterback options. Is this just a smokescreen to confuse other teams, or could the Raiders actually be looking to bring in fresh talent at quarterback? The front office has kept their cards close to their chest, making this one of the most unpredictable off-seasons in recent memory. Whatever happens next, one thing is clear: the Raiders are thinking bigger than just one season. The real game is happening behind closed doors, and fans should expect some major moves before it's all said and done. Rewritten 5th section. Raiders' future QB plan. The Las Vegas Raiders are in a fascinating position right now. While their quarterback situation seems settled for the short term, there's a bigger picture in play, and the front office might already be eyeing the next big move. The draft is always unpredictable, and history has shown that some of the best quarterbacks aren't always first-round picks. Teams that play it smart, waiting for the right moment to grab a high-upside talent, often end up with franchise-changing players. Could the Raiders be considering a move like that? One thing is certain: this coaching staff knows offense. With Chip Kelly now in the mix, the Raiders have a brilliant offensive mind who understands how to develop young quarterbacks. If the Raiders do decide to invest in a future QB, it won't be just about finding talent. It'll be about finding the right talent for Kelly's system. But will they actually make a move this draft? Or are they waiting for a better opportunity down the road? The answer to that question could shape the franchise's future for years to come. Rewritten 6th section. Raiders' future strategy. The Las Vegas Raiders are at a crossroads. While they have a quarterback for now, the future remains uncertain. If the team wants long-term success, they need to develop a young QB, someone who can learn, grow, and eventually take over when the time is right. Right now, Aidan O'Connell hasn't fully proven he's the long-term answer. That means the Raiders must explore their options in this draft. There are several promising quarterbacks who could be available in later rounds, and with Chip Kelly now running the offense, there's a real opportunity to bring in and mold a young talent. Speaking of Kelly, his addition to the Raiders is one of the most interesting storylines this season. He's been a head coach before, and while things didn't work out in the NFL the first time around, his offensive mind is undeniable. If he turns the Raiders' offense into a powerhouse, his future with the team becomes even more intriguing. Could he be the long-term offensive architect in Las Vegas? With the NFL draft just a month away, things are about to get very interesting. The Raiders have likely made most of their major free agent moves, but there's still room for a few key signings before draft day. Workouts are coming up soon, and as teams finalize their strategies, expect a flood of rumors about what the Raiders might do next. One thing's for sure: big decisions are coming, and they could shape the future of this franchise.